This is my 2-year review of my Grizzly Model 1224 lathe that I purchased for home use, and overall I'm very happy with it. Everything seems to be working real well, just as designed. The first day I had it I was cutting metric threads and it worked just perfect. Some of the things I've done since I bought it were right off the bat was I put some little nylon plugs at the end of the feed rods to keep the oil from dripping out every time you oiled the shafts. I also replaced the heavy steel knobs on the handles, because when you would take a cut and set it on a zero in a certain way, the heavy knob would cause the dial to fall backwards and it would never stay in place. There's an 8mm cap screw that's bottomed out in the threads with a little Loctite, and I made little nylon knobs to keep it from dancing back and forth. I also changed out the chuck to a nice one that has removable jaws. I also designed and made a travel indicator holder for the carriage to set your zeros wherever you want it. And this covers most everything I do on this machine. I made a few extras of these setups if anybody is interested. The only modification of the machine was to drill and tap one small hole right here for the indicator tip. I also took some steel stamps and marked on this plate everything that's on the nameplate for where the handle should be, because otherwise you have to keep counting where you want to put the lever. I took a piece of hardboard, made a nice little top for this thing to keep the damage away. One thing I wish it had was a speed range in between 70 and 200, because I would like to thread about 125. I also moved the thread dial plate, which used to be right here, over to right here. That way it won't get damaged by chips and all the other things that could hit it over time. When I put the end cover on, it comes with the knobs like that, but that will crush into the fiberglass, so I put them on backwards so it doesn't hurt the fiberglass any. And the last thing I really did was there at the feed drain, or the oil drain for the headstock, I put an elbow on it with a cap to make it easier to drain the oil. And there, as you can see, there is a small magnet right there to catch any of the fine particles that may be floating around. So this is what I've done to my machine, and I'm real happy with it. For the price I paid, I think I got a pretty good deal.